long time outside Dean Court. Bournemouth 2, Fulham 1. We certainly needed that. Game of two halves, wasn't it? Right, come on then, lads. How are you?
Good.
Right, introduce yourself.
I'm Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm Kyron. I'm Lenny.
And this is Mark at the back. Gents, what do you think of that game?
At the first half we were a bit slack at the back, passing it wrong. But then we actually came back 2-1. It's good.
It was almost like that first half was an April Fool's, wasn't it? But we turned it around in the second half. What changes we made?
What we did, we managed to press more and managed to boot it more down the pitch to make it easier for us to push.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Who's your man of the match?
My man of the match is Tavernier. We had to win that game or we would have got relegated.
We don't see goals as good as that every week, do we? I don't think we've scored many outside the box this season, but that was certainly one of them. Mark, what were your thoughts on that, mate?
That was an amazing goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that we won. We needed the 3 points today, and I said that before we left the house, we're going to win 2-1 today.
Yeah.
Didn't I, boys?
Well, there you are. It happened. Lads, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Cherries!
Up the cherries. Scott's coming on quickly for a word now. Scott, how are you? Give me a sentence. What do you think about that?
Oh, it was what a result.
Do you think we can survive now after that?
We can survive that.
Yeah, Marcus Tavernier, superb goal. What did you think of his appearance today? Did really well, didn't he?
Oh, he did a stunning shot.
Yeah, top left-hand corner. Scott, we've got plenty of people coming in, so thank you very much. Up the cherries. Are you going on Tuesday?
Yes, I am.
Of course you are. Cheers, Scott. Ollie, hello, mate. You all right?
What a result.
Go on, talk me through it, mate.
I thought it was going to be a draw. It's been a draw every single game since the 20th of April 2019. But we definitely thoroughly deserved it. Some of the chances that we missed, I have no idea, especially Dango.
It turned out to be offside anyway, I think, in the end, but he probably should have notched either way, shouldn't he?
I mean, he had two chances. He turned and hit it wide, and then another one he hit it on the crossbar. I don't know how he missed either of them. And there was, of course, the scrappy one down at the other end. It was, we thoroughly deserved the points. I think the stats definitely show that, and I think the result is a well-deserved one today.
I'm starting to worry about Dom Solanke because obviously he hadn't scored in a while. I think it was 10 games nearly, but he always scores against Fulham. That proves to be the case, but I was starting to wonder, is he overthinking this? Is he holding on for it for too long? But he came good. Worst possible goal to score. Wasn't exactly one of his best. I think he hipped it in, thied it in. Not sure what bodily part it came off. Probably an inappropriate one, actually, if you watch the replay. However, it doesn't matter. He scored. That's going to do wonders for his confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, goal's a goal. We take that every single day. What a shot by Marcus Tavernier.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I was sat right in front of it, and words cannot describe how good that goal was. It was, one for the history.
Let's see if Noah can describe it. Ollie, thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Hello, Noah. All right, mate. Coming in. What was your favourite moment of that match?
The Tavernier goal.
What a goal that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We always seem to score early in a half against Fulham. We started the second half so much better than we did the first, weren't we? We were really good.
I was sat opposite Tavernier when he took the shot.
Yeah. Some good changes from O'Neill at half time. It worked because in the first half we were a bit sluggish. Fulham had the ball loads, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who do you now think is getting relegated? Are Bournemouth going to be one of those? I think we're about 15th at the moment, or we were at one point during that half at least anyway. Are we going to be one of them?
I'll tell you my three.
Go on.
Southampton.
Yes, agree.
Maybe Leicester and Palace.
There you go. That's what Noah says. Let's see what Daddy says. Paul's here. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good. You?
I wasn't after the first 45 minutes.
No, I wasn't until the half-time. Brilliant half-time entertainment from Tiggs.
Talk me through it. Right, so I didn't see what happened.
Oh, you missed it. I wished I recorded it.
I think there's a video that may be on the vlog.
It looked like he was going for a two-footed lunge. They were side by side with the opposition.
Keys everywhere, hair sprawled out.
And then it turned into like this cartoon where his legs just kept moving and they weren't gripping. So just like a sack of spuds.
And so maybe that was what made the team, inspired the team.
Tony coming on at half time must have inspired the team. Yeah.
But Gary O'Neill said something.
He said something and changed two things which needed changing. I think. I don't know. I didn't think Anthony played badly in the first half, but just as a unit, the team looks so much better with Tavernier in the team, and even Christie livened it up. I think we just missed that tempo. in the first half. We were just too slow. At
Yeah,
everything.
we were slow, and it worried me that we were playing a team that's effectively playing their plan B
Yeah.
without Mitrovic and William.
Yeah, I thought before this game, if we couldn't beat Fulham today without their best two players, arguably, then we've got no chance. But then after that first half, I thought, here we go. This is another Aston Villa moment. We've got a good chance here to pick up some points, and we've thrown it away. But that goal from Tavernier was incredible. Definitely goal of the season contender. It's going to be in the top 5, I think, this season. And then the tap in from I thought their own player, but they're giving it to Solanke. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the replay, but yeah, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Take it. We needed it.
Thanks for coming on. Cheers, Noah.
Here's, that part.
I think it did.
Cheers.
Dennis, hello mate. Sam, do you want to come in as well? Or?
Yeah,
Why not? Yeah, why not? Bring them all in.
Yeah.
Dennis, I'll start with you. Talk me through that. I mean, God, I was really not feeling it after the first half, but the second half they were a different team, weren't they?
Yeah, first half we were playing like a bunch of 5-year-olds. Second half, like something, I don't know what happened. Gary knew did something at half time that changed the squad. And Tavernier is ridiculous. We're winning every time he's playing.
It's so good, Sam, having players like that have come
Yeah,
back into fitness. So
definitely.
we've got a lot of options from the bench, and wow, he changed the game.
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, the first half was really painful to watch. It seemed like history repeating itself. But yeah, I mean, literally our players were like almost jogging. They weren't fighting for anything. Second half, completely different. Bringing Tavernier on, he knew exactly what he was doing with the assist across. He was there and he scored, and that's where it all changed, So they played brilliantly second half. So I've got real hope now for beating. We could beat Brighton. Let's hope we can turn it around, dig deep, and you never know.
And then even Christie, when he came on,
Yeah.
he was the one that effectively provided the assist because his shot,
Yeah.
Leno had to save, and then Solanke. It doesn't matter how they go in when you get a goal.
Yeah. I mean, Solanke's absolutely brilliant. He's had a few dips, he's had a few sort of like misses, but he's going to bring it back, and he brought it back with that second goal. So let's hope onwards and upwards. We need it.
How's your optimism levels now? Because you know what, had we lost today, it would have put so much pressure on the fixture against Brighton, who are, let's face it, and no disrespect to Fulham, they're a better side. It's so important that we get this, because also it now provides some momentum and maybe a springboard to, like, even if we get a draw, 4 points in bad, but you never know, we might get a win.
Yeah, I think, and also with Wolves and Forest dropping points as well, it also does help us a lot, and we just got to hope that Southampton also drop points as well tomorrow. They probably will, no offence to them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Sorry,
we've got so many people waiting, so thank you very much for coming on, really appreciate it. Up the cherries, see you at the next game, hopefully.
Let's hope we're
The cherries, come on.
Cherries.
Let's hope we stay up.
Yeah, let's hope so. Reece, ads. Right, we'll keep it relatively brief because we've got a lot of people waiting. Adam, how are you, mate?
Really good.
What was the scoreline you predicted on the vlog?
3-2.
Oh, close, but 2-1's not bad. Player of the match for you?
Stevens.
Jack Stevens, yeah. I'll tell you what, he's going a bit left field with that. Reece, enjoy that.
Yes.
What was your moment of the game, or was that a really stupid question?
Marcus Tavernier goal, top bins.
What, top bins? I know. I bet you've scored something like that in your time, haven't you? No.
No, but I have got a goal close to it.
How does it make you feel ahead of the game against Brighton? What should we be looking for in that game? A point? 3 points?
3 points.
3 points. Nice one, gents. We've got so many people waiting, so yeah, we'll switch it up. Thank you, Ben. Bring it in, mate. How are you?
I'm bloody brilliant.
Talk me through it, mate, because it was a game of two halves. I brought out that cliche a lot of times, but it was, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
I felt despondent at half time.
My English teacher will love this. That was the definition of an oxymoron.
Yeah,
First half, it was awful.
That is so English GCSE coming out.
Oh yeah. Then second half, I don't even know what happened. We were just so good. And even when we brought Christie on, I'm not going to lie, I would rather see Brooks or maybe Traore straight from there. But Christie was very, very, very good. Tavernier, wow. I mean, I don't need to say any more because it's self-explanatory. That's up there for one of the goals of the season for sure. But it's just the character that we've shown that we weren't showing before. I think a game that could compare the first half to was Palace. Yeah. And it completely shows that just how far we've come since then, and it's something special that we've got coming up here. And if we can get a point against Brighton, then even if we lose, if we still put in a decent shift, we've still got 5 of the bottom 8 or 9 to play, which sees us in a much more comfortable spot than a few months ago.
I suppose it's the ideal fixture for Gary O'Neill in some ways because he's learnt the good and bad, yet he's come away with 3 points. So he can build on the second half, but maybe put right the wrongs of the first half. And going against Brighton away, I don't know. I think we can get a win, mate.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's no reason why we can't. They've been very similar to Fulham this season, Brighton, and they've been showed a lot of character this season. But I think the game that we played against them before we can definitely learn from that. And we've come on from a squad since then, and they didn't look great. I may have just jinxed us, but there's no reason why we can't go into that thinking why we can't win, because that shows Fulham have been arguably one of the best more underrated sides in the league this season. We've just done that to them in the second half. We made them look very, very poor second half. So there's no reason why we can't go in and win. And who knows, Europe next season, maybe?
Yeah. All right, Bill Foley. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that,
you.
Ben. Cheers, buddy. Hello, mate. You all right?
I'm good. How are you, Sam?
How are you? Not too bad. What's your name?
Donny.
Donny. How are you?
I'm good. Ecstatic.
Yeah. I mean, first half we weren't too great. He made those changes, Marcus Tavernier.
I think Tavernier is the heart of our team at the moment. When we lost him for the second time, I was like, it's a downhill battle now. But we've got him back. I think we can start winning most games.
And it must be nice for us. I mean, I don't know where you sit, but when I was in the North Stand today, you see that on the vlog, some scenes there. And when you're seeing these players warming up, it's not like we got 2 or 3 youth players that are warming up. Now we've got every single player that can come in, strength and depth, which is promising, given the run-in that we got.
Definitely, yeah. No, I was there obviously on the North Stand and just watching them. They looked so focused and ready to try and win the game.
What do you think of Fulham today? Did you think they looked all right, or do you think they looked like a side that were playing a plan B? Because I thought they looked all right in the first half. They had 70% of the ball during the first half, so they dominated.
Yeah, obviously they didn't have their top 2 attacking players, did they? So they looked very good with that without them, and then when its second half came, they looked falling apart, so they couldn't do much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate.
No
really
worries,
appreciate
thank you,
it.
Sam.
Right, next who we got? Pip, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yes, it's been a while. So,
yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah,
but,
well, I'm sure everyone else has said the obvious, which is that there were two halves there. The first half, when Fulham were cheering, "You're going down, you're going down," I was inclined to say, well, on that performance, I agree. Second half, completely different. I'm sure everyone said that. So I think it's just 2 things I want to remark on. One is the fantastic double fall by Tiggs in the half-time relay race. So that was a classic. In fact, it summed up our first half, I thought, Tiggs, brilliantly. So and thank you for doing it in such good part. You were brilliant. The other thing I really liked is this little cameo when Phil Billing did brilliantly as always, tackled, won the ball, rebounded off his foot for a throw in. It hit somebody straight in the face in the front row, and he was really concerned about it. And even later in the game, he went back and asked the steward if he was all right.
That's really
so that was a class sort of gesture in the heat of a second half that was passionate. He obviously cared about that, so I was really touched by that.
Yeah.
So brilliant to Cherries. I'll be here again on Tuesday. I think we can do it now. So that was just a fantastic second half. So.
You said it brilliantly. Thanks very much, Pip.
Cheers.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later on. Next.
Sam.
Hello, gents.
Ian and Ollie, anyway, sir.
How are you?
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Outstanding second half.
Yes.
I'm not one of Gary O'Neill's members of his fan club.
No.
But I thought the subs were outstanding, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant. I thought Tavernier, we know what Tavernier can do. I thought he was outstanding, came on, did a superb job. Little things as well, like bringing Solanke off the last few minutes, then bringing on another striker. You would have typically thought he'd bring on a defender or something anyway to try and preserve the 2-1. He did really well. Fair play. So well done, Gary O'Neill. So superb.
Yeah, how are you feeling about our chances this season of staying up now?
I wasn't very confident a few weeks ago, but after the Liverpool win and this win, feeling very confident. We have a well-rounded team. We can bring on players from the bench who make a massive impact, like Tavernier, though he probably will start most of the time, like Semenyo. And I think if you look at other teams, we've got a better team than them. I think we will stay out the season. So yeah.
It's funny, like previously, like over the last month or so, I've been flip-flopping sort of after my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like after the Villa game, I felt dreadful. After the Liverpool game, I was thinking, oh my goodness, we can stay up. And I even had those emotions within one game today after that. But I was saying to someone earlier, maybe it's a good thing that he's learned the good and the bad in one game where we've got 3 points, and hopefully not make those same mistakes from the first half against Brighton, because that first half, we need to look at that.
Yeah, in football, it's a game of 2 halves. It definitely was today, wasn't it? I mean, the first half was completely different to the second half. Second half, we were outstanding. First half, we weren't. We really weren't. So fair play to us, and great win. and onwards and upwards. To be honest, I think we'll probably beat Brighton. I can see us getting something at Leicester, and why not against Spurs? So I reckon we mid-table, pushing mid-table now. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
Gents, Flynn, how are you? Rob,
how you doing? All right, very well.
Yeah, good. Flynn, talk me through your moment of the match. I'm guessing I know what it is.
The Tavernier goal.
Everyone's saying that, but what a strike. Have you scored goals like that in your time?
I've scored. Yeah.
I bet you have. I've seen some videos of you playing at one point
was
before.
that one of the best goals we've seen, like you've seen anyway, so it was a great finish.
How are you feeling about the season now, mate? Do you reckon we can stay up?
I got a lot more hope than I did at the start of the season. Getting 3 points against Liverpool and now 3 points at this game is great. And after the game, I got Lerma's game-worn shirt, didn't I?
Did you?
Got Lerma's shirt.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good. When you look at the games we got ahead, like Brighton, I know they're a good side, but we might be able to get a result against some Leicester after that. There are some sort of, hate saying it, but winnable games ahead. Do you think we can maybe pick up some points in those?
Yeah, I think Brighton drew with Brentford today, didn't they? 3-3, and then Leicester lost again.
Yeah.
So I think if we can keep up the form we've got and the players that we've got coming back as well, it's a huge up for us. So I think obviously the first half wasn't great, and the changes he made at half-time, Tav coming on, and it was a huge change from the first half. So onwards and upwards.
Flint, dare I ask you for your man of the match? Tavernier, of course. Nice one. Thanks, mate.
You dried off after half-time. Yeah. You get a video. I've got a great video.
You'll have to send it over.
I've got a great video.
Oh, I love that. Rob, thanks for coming on, mate. Cheers. Hi, mate. You all right? How are you? Introduce yourself, buddy.
I'm Ashley.
Ashley, how are you, mate?
Is Tiggs all right before we start this?
Everyone is ripping
well
it out.
For changing the game, though. That was amazing.
Exactly. That wayward shot just changed it.
It did. It lifted the crowd.
Perhaps they had a feed from the pitch that going into the changing room, and Gary Neal's like, that's not how to run around. But that was good, wasn't it? Well,
well, I mean, what I'm going to say, if you want to change a game after an abject first half, you bring on Ryan Christie. That's the player you want to bring on, because he just didn't stop running, and it was incredible. I saw him run literally half the length of the pitch to slide in and win the ball, and then recycle the ball, and then we attack again. It was brilliant. So
some people aren't that impressed when Ryan Christie is named, and he's like, he's going to be replacing Anthony or whoever. But it turned out to be inspired, didn't it? Because he does work so hard, and then like the other change, I think it worked.
Well, I think it did. I mean, I got a good view of it, I think, because I was in the east stand, but I didn't think it was going to go in, and then it just curled and ended up in the top corner, and then I saw it on the screen, and I was like...
At first I thought it was going to be like a cross or something, but what a goal.
What a goal. It was. I think that's what you needed. I think credit to Gary O'Neill, because he brought on a bit of quality and he brought on some energy, and that's what we needed, I think, because it just seemed a bit slow and ponderous and a little bit toxic, I think, first half. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, it did. It was quite quiet, I thought, as well, during the first half as well. But, when everyone is playing together, like the players are playing, the fans then feed off it, and then, the atmosphere gets really raucous, and that's what we need. And I was worried, actually, halfway through the second half. We just sort of dipped off a little bit, and I think we need this momentum again. But thankfully, we kept on trying, and Dom, came good. He's not going to be putting that one in his video scrapbook, is he? But
no, but I'm so happy for Dom. I think that's what he needed. He needed one just to go off of his arse or whatever and end up in the back of the net, because he works so hard, and I think a lot of people, I saw a lot of stick for him recently, and I think for what he's done for the club, he scored 30 goals last season. He deserves a chance to keep going, and hopefully a bit of confidence now, and we've got another game.
Yeah.
So
back to back. Nice one. Thanks for coming on. Really
nice
appreciate it.
Mate.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers.
Love the show. See you later on.
Paul, Lee, how are you? You're right.
Yeah,
mate,
amazing. Good. Yeah, I haven't missed this emotional roller coaster over the last couple of weeks, I've got to say, but today's all right. Yeah. We're okay.
Yeah,
we're happy.
Yeah. I mean, the first half was pretty nail biting, wasn't it? And I don't know what was going on
there.
They
were lacklustre,
some of them
weren't they?
were walking around. Lerma looked terrible in the first half.
He looked off it, I've got to say.
Yeah. But then second half, he was in it. He was key. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
so,
we were saying at half time, is the key decision here is if he makes the subs at half time or if he waits. And the fact that he came out and he'd made the subs, and what a difference I'm sure everyone said the same thing, but Christie and Tavs changed the game, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They were just great, weren't they?
Yeah, and they seemed to inspire the rest of them as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
How do you feel now? How do you feel about the remaining?
I think it's all right,
games?
isn't it? I think we're going to be
Can we?
Hopeful.
ever hopeful.
Well, we're back here, aren't we? Tuesday.
Yeah.
We can have Brighton, can't we?
Love this. Love this optimism. Superb.
Oh, it's so good.
Gotta be.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming
Thank you.
on.
Can
Really
I just
appreciate
make
it.
a quick shout out? So my brother James in Southampton Hospital, he's had major heart surgery this week, but he's doing really, really well.
Oh, good.
All the nurses love him. We're super proud of him. He's a Chelsea supporter. Don't hold that against him. We're trying to convert him.
Yeah.
But up the cherries.
Up the cherries.
cherries.
Nice one. Thanks for
Cheers,
coming.
guys.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, James, change your club. You want to be a Bournemouth fan, right? Hello.
Can I just say two things very quickly?
Two things.
One, we're competitive at this level, and the second thing is we nearly slipped up.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was Tiggs. Over to Josh.
The floor is yours.
We played really well in that game. If we started with the team we had from the second half, we would have probably won like 4 or 5-1 or something like that. If we started with that team.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I was about to say, I'm glad you weren't doing anything on the pitch because wearing white trousers and a white top, those stains would have been a nightmare to get out, like even with Dazzle, aerial automatic or whatever. And he's right though, isn't he? He's right because the first half was a bit. I think Fulham had like 70% possession. They seemed to have a lot of the ball. We didn't seem to be pressing much. We just seemed to be dawdling.
It was turgid and it was exhausting to watch. And then it was an emotional roller coaster. And Tav's goal, I mean, what a goal! I mean, what a guy! I mean, the changes were right. Hats off to Gary. Right changes, right time. Didn't wait too long. Did it at half time. So that was all good. And then I had palpitations near the end when I was thinking, don't bring on a defensive player after 83 minutes because he kind of nearly did. And I was like, don't you dare! Don't you do that again! So no, all is good. Tav's man of the match.
2-1's a dangerous scoreline, isn't it?
It is, but let's enjoy it now. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
cosy
that's
down
right.
there. It's still cosy. But if we can back this up on Tuesday, now we've got the 3 points now, can kind of relax a little bit. But let's go again, but let's play with intensity for more than like 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there. And we're going to have to do more of it than we're doing. But all is good. 3 points.
Josh?
Now after this win that we've had, we're only 1 point off of Wolves and only 3 off Palace.
Well, that puts it into perspective. We're going to get you on soon for some more chat with you, of course. Okay, you're not allowed to say Marcus Tavernier. Who's your man of the match? Because everyone said Tavernier. Who's your man of the match too? If you
If I
couldn't
didn't
say
go
Marcus.
Tavernier, it would be Christie.
Christie. Perfect. Brilliant
Super
stuff.
subs. Take
Super
care.
subs. Thank you very much, Ethan. Hello, mate. Nice to see you again. What was your prediction in the village when I saw you?
It was 3-1.
3-1. It should have been 3-1 probably.
Yeah.
There were times where we nearly got that second goal and it was cleared off the line and stuff, but thankfully Dom came good. He always scores against Fulham, mate, like you said.
Yeah, he always does. He loves scoring against them. He's like Callum Wilson against West Ham. He loves scoring. But all you got to think about positives is 3 points. It's a massive boost for us, obviously. Got Brighton Tuesday, very tough game, very tough. But we've got a huge boost on our shoulders. We go again Tuesday.
Do you think we can, I don't want to say it, stay up? Do you think we can?
50-50.
50-50. You're still 50-50, but it's still realistic. And it's probably good to kind of maybe temper the emotions a little bit because it's easy to get carried away, isn't it? And we don't want to be doing that. And hopefully the players won't be doing that. I think in some ways having a bad first half maybe helps us to just calm things down a bit because we're not perfect, are we?
No, we're never perfect in the first half, are we? Second half, changed it round. We actually fight, and then passion was there, everything was there. Aerial duels were won. That second goal, it was done. I know 2-1 is a dangerous scoreline, as you said, but we held on. We held on. Very surprised.
Mate, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Up the cherries.
Up the cherries. Hello. How are you?
Tiggs, how's it going?
You were behind me at Fulham, I think.
Yes, I
at
was.
the Fulham away
I
game,
was.
and because I was watching the vlog earlier, and we were absolutely bouncing around when Dom Solanke scored early.
Yes,
they equalised.
And he scored again.
Lerma, and then they equalised. But I was worried that the same was going to happen. I honestly thought that they were going to come back to equalise 2-2 because sometimes we sit back, but we did all right, didn't we?
We did really well. It was a real game of two halves, wasn't it?
First half, I'm sure everybody's talked about how poor we were. We just couldn't really get into it. We didn't get to first balls, second balls, even third balls sometimes as well. So we really struggled. But I want to talk about the second half, to be honest. Second half, we made a couple of changes right out the break. And it, completely changed our momentum completely. Tavernier, completely, our subs completely changed the game completely. The crowd got behind the team. And the thing about AFC Bournemouth is that we only need a couple of things to go in our favour, for the crowd to get into the game and, for the players to start, feeding off that as well. So that's quite a special thing we have here at Dean Court, and hopefully long may that continue. It was absolutely unbelievable, Sam, when it was... Yeah, we really needed that. We're up to 15th now, 2 points off 18th, I believe. So, got Brighton next week. So.
Sometimes Gary O'Neill gets a bit of stick, but we should probably pay him credit for his decisions that he made at half time, because they were instant, weren't they? I mean, obviously Marcus Tavernier, but then Christie having the shot that then Leno saved for Dom Solanke to score. These little
the
moments.
Subs were, completely, on point. Like I said, we only need small moment for the game really to change. In first half, we really struggled to create anything. We couldn't really get our passing game going. But second half, like I said, the team effort just went from 0 to like 1,000. And yeah, he did make his changes very well and on time. Which is good to see. And we can start seeing he's making these little things where he's starting to gain experience. He's starting to understand how exactly to win football games.
I mean, it's not ideal him learning on the job, but he's doing it, and we're winning games every so often.
It's not ideal in the Premier League at all, but he's doing it and we're winning games, and we're up to 15th.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing is that we can only take it game by game. Let's try not to worry about other teams around us. Let's just try to focus on ourselves, and that's the most important thing that we can do, I believe. And yeah, we've got Brighton, and then we've got Leicester as well, which is going to be a big game because I think they're in 18th. So yeah, it's going to be really big, Sam.
Huge.
So we can only take it game by game, and I just want to say a big credit to Simon, who got the score prediction right today, 2-1. But yeah, guys, up the cherries, and see you on Tuesday.
Will do. Yeah, looking forward to it. Cheers, mate. Steve, do you want to say a word? Go on then. Come on. Get my stepladder out again. You won. Right.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Told you I had a feeling, didn't I?
Yeah, you did have a feeling. Did you see this one at half time?
Man of the match for me.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
That turned the tide of the game.
Lucy's got footage. I think Rob said he's got footage from earlier.
Oh, there's some socials flying around.
There? I've not been on Twitter. Oh my God.
Tiggs makes his awaited comeback after the fabled crossbar challenge attempt and hit the deck twice. Was it, Tiggs? Yeah. Good, great effort.
What was it? The pitch running around thing? Was that what you were doing?
I had to do the bit at the end.
Yeah, you had to do the goal.
The goal bit.
Like, were you in the lead?
No.
Oh, you weren't in the lead.
He threw the ball miles. He was chasing after it.
Mike Botto, give me a shout. I might not be able to hit the crossbar, but I'll be able to put it back in the back of the net.
Anyway, game.
Don't. Yeah. Second
was
half
good,
was alright.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Second half was alright.
Yeah. How many times have you heard game 2 halves since you've been doing this today?
About 100.
Yeah, was that, wasn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. I thought we were shocking first half.
It was poor.
It was one of the worst performances I've seen this season, first half.
One person near me was shouting, boring, Bournemouth.
I haven't heard that for a few years.
But
it was. Absolutely. We were so passive. We weren't confrontational. We weren't trying to get the ball off them, just letting them knock it about. There was a point in the first half where Tim Ream got played the ball, and it was he took a really poor touch, completely let it go under his foot. If we're pressing that, we can create a chance out of it. But we're not. We're just standoffish, and it was horrible to watch. There was so much anger in the South Stand. Yeah. I hadn't heard for a long while. But then, credit to Gary, he makes a couple of changes, and I thought they were not necessarily the Jaden one. I would have taken Dango off because I thought he was poor. I didn't think he was really doing his defensive duties very well at all today. But Tavernier, instant impact, makes a change. What a goal! Those ones sort of dream about, don't you? Those sort of a ping from the edge of the box, curl it over the top corner of the keeper, and he can't get anywhere near it. I think. And then I think the second half we just had a bit more impetus about us, and we went about them a bit more. Then there was a bit of a lull, and I thought, we're standing off this. And I thought it could dreary 1-1. It was going to fade out a little bit, and then he made another change. Traore, I think Rothwell run his course. He put in a good shift again. I thought didn't do himself any harm. Put Traore on, and I don't really know what happened at the goal. but it sort of pinged around. Was it even Dom's goal? Because I can't.
It was
looked
saved, and it was almost like Nathan Ake against Liverpool, a bit
Was
like
it?
that.
Did
but,
he actually get a touch?
but
Does it
less
look-
convincing.
Even on the big screen, which can I say the big screens today with all this
Yeah, I know.
instant replays and everything.
Love a replay.
And we got what's the end thing about the?
What?
Did you not see that? Oh, you look, guys left. So at the end, they put up like a slot machine, 3 reels, and 3 cherries came in. Ding ding, win, 3 points.
Oh, that's so American. Foley, Frivola, we love you and everything, but come on.
It was a bit cheesy, but very funny, and I think because we were in good spirits, it was laughed at. But yeah, I didn't see the goal very well, but I think we deserved it for the second half performance. And credit to Gary, like I said, credit to the players. They didn't let their heads drop, and they got back on the horse and got us the 3 points.
Lovely, Steve. Thank you, mate. What?
We're doing
I
shaking,
nearly
yeah.
held your fist then. Right, thanks very much. Right, if you enjoyed this and want to appear, zooming in, if you want to appear on the fan cams, just pop over to us at full time. We're always outside the 1910 bar. And if you've enjoyed the content, like the video, subscribe. See you at Brighton. Up,